each time the Lady Vols take the court, the excitement level for the program gets taken up a notch. Of course, a more meaningful test will come next month when they take on programs like FSU and Iowa. But the strides Coach Kim Caldwell and her staff have made in just 7 months with the program has been enough to land the second best recruiting class for 2025, a feat that's even left Kim Caldwell a little surprised. So how did they do it, and what does this mean for the program moving forward? I'm Paige Dower. This is the Field Pass on Full Disclosure. Energy on Rocky Top has become so infectious. It seems that when one program wins, so too does everyone else. I mean, take for example the massive recruiting weekend the Lady Vols had on the third Saturday in October. I mean, what better way to show off the brand than Tennessee defeating Alabama at home in back-to-back trips to Neyland Stadium? And then you take on top of that everyone rushing the field. And part of the people rushing the field were members of the Lady Vols team this season, namely Jules Spear and Sarah Puckett. And it's that energy and that connection that not only do the Lady Vols have with each other, but that Vol Nation has to Tennessee athletics. And it's that type of culture and fan base that really helps to seal the deal on these recruiting pitches.
And there was like a minute left, and I think we get an interception, start going crazy. And I start asking my teammates and like friends, I'm like, do y'all think we're gonna storm the field? Like people are gonna storm the field? And they're like, no. I'm like, it's Bama, like they gotta storm the field. People started like coming down and stuff like that. And then when the buzzer or whatever went off, like we went onto the field, and like me and Sarah went onto the field. We were taking pictures. We saw like some of the players. We went to like the benches to take pictures, which was cool, just to see like what that is like, where they're sitting and stuff. But it was a really cool atmosphere, and I think it was really just full circle because coming out of high school, I took a visit to Bama, and they were playing Tennessee, and Tennessee lost. So now it's like, this is my last year at Tennessee. Tennessee's playing Bama, and Tennessee won.
I feel like it's always a good time to talk about Tennessee beating Alabama and then just hearing these different stories. And that one was definitely a good one as they're having their little photo shoot on the field as well. And again, it's that energy and that buy-in that really helps to seal the deal when Kim Caldwell and the coaching staff are, pitching their recruiting sale to these potential recruits. And it's that buy-in that really helped Tennessee and the Lady Vols claim the number 2 recruiting class for the class of 2025. And the group that she has coming in 2025, she says, is not only really special, but she believes they can leave their mark on Tennessee.
I think that they are a class that can leave their mark here. And that was talked about at length in the recruiting process. And it was something they all embraced, and it's something they all welcomed and wanted to be a part of.
So who makes up the second best recruiting class for 2025? Well, it starts with twins Mia and Maya Paldo, and then Denia Prawl, Jada Civil, and Lauren Hurst. Combined, they are the highest ranked recruiting class for Tennessee since 2017. And then here's their individual ranking. So Maya Paldo is ranked number 11th, Prawl is number 14th, Civil is number 32, Hurst is ranked number 42, and Maya Paldo is ranked number 56 in ESPN's 2025 class rankings. Obviously we know how unique Kim Caldwell's system is, but she also says that these players in this 2025 class are really taking it as a challenge and something that they're really embracing and wanting, of course, to be a part of.
I think they want to be here. I think they saw a challenge and saw the ability to come somewhere and be a face of a program and didn't back down, and they embraced that. And I think, again, to have that core group that will hopefully stay with you for 4 years, you don't get that very much anymore, especially a group like them. I think they're special, and I think if they can come here and do what they should do on paper, it's going to be really good.
Now, of course, it takes more than 1 or 2 good weekends to seal the deal in a recruiting pitch to have the second best recruiting class in the nation, even if one of those weekends was the third Saturday in October and Coach Gabe Lazo has an orange and blue Lamborghini for the recruiting visit. But it comes down to the relationships that the coaching staff was able to forge with these players. And that didn't just happen over the course of these 7 months that Coach Kim Caldwell has been on campus. It comes down to the 2 coaches she brought in to be in her blind spot, to be there for the areas where Coach Kim Caldwell does not have the experience. Of course, when we first heard of that, we're thinking specifically when it comes to, game day analysis and how they can match up great with these other teams, whether LSU, South Carolina, and so forth and so on. But it's also because of coaches like Coach Gabe Lazo and Robin Tubner, who come in with a wealth of experience in the SEC. So they have likely talked to a number of these recruits from all of their previous stops and all of their time that they've been been in college basketball or in the SEC, and they've been able to forge those relationships, hold on to those relationships, and then pitch the Lady Vol brand, which can sell itself on its own. And it's those relationships that, those coaches and what Coach Kim Caldwell is doing here that helps seal the deal in this recruiting class.
They had relationships that I didn't have, and so when I got here, I hadn't seen the players, had a lot of catch up to do, and I think that goes back to just being yourself and being authentic. But they had already had relationships, they had already talked to these players, and so 2 great hires that really helped project this class or get this class done was.
Okay, so now to Lauren Hurst, the Cleveland, Tennessee native, who I teased to a moment ago. She had the most creative way of announcing her commitment to Tennessee. Her and her family made the drive up to Rocky Top prior to the Lady Vols' game against Liberty and surprised Coach Kim Caldwell with what seemed to be like a baby shower kind of a gift, as Coach Kim Caldwell is expecting her first child in the winter. So Kim Caldwell is sitting down and, she's telling me as I'm asking her in the press conference, what was your reaction as all of this is happening? And she's like, I was so confused. I'm like, I have a game to get to. I have to continue game planning. Like, what are we doing up here? And she's opening up the box, and it's, a couple of pictures of her and Lauren during Lauren's recruiting visit. And then there's an orange bib for the baby. And, she's holding everything up, and she's like, is this a good sign? Yes, it's a good sign, as Lauren Hurst used that as an opportunity to announce her commitment to Tennessee, and her reaction, or Coach Kim Caldwell's reaction, was really just so special. And I had asked her, afterwards, and after all of that happened, what was that moment like between the two of you?
I had no idea what was going on. No, I had no idea. And so it's game day, and I'm just thinking, what are we doing? Like, it's game day. I need to be focused. Why do you have us up here? And so it's special for her to take the time to make it such a good announcement.
Yeah, so really just an awesome moment between Lauren Hurst and the coaching staff, and really a timely way, too, of announcing her commitment to Coach Kim Caldwell and staff. But an interesting thing to note, so they could have a roster of up to 13 scholarship players, but then when you consider the 5 in this 2025 recruiting class, that leaves about 2 more spots, which Coach Kim Caldwell could fill out of the transfer portal. And after what we're seeing from this year's team, this staff definitely knows how to find the players out of the portal that fit her system. So that'll definitely be something worth keeping an eye on, but definitely enough to be excited about right now. I think next Wednesday, I'll definitely take a look at maybe Jemai Mashak and what they're doing over at Vol basketball. So let me know in the comments if that's something that you all are wanting to listen to as well. But we will be back, or I will be back probably later tonight on a post-game report between Tennessee men's basketball and UT Martin. So make sure to like, subscribe, engage, all of the good stuff. I'll be back Thursday as we have an interview for the Rewind airing at 1, and then a Keys to the Game on Friday with myself and Jimmy Himes, and kind of a situation where you never say never, and Jimmy Himes is definitely saying never in that situation. And then we'll be back Sunday for post-game report after Tennessee football and Vanderbilt. So I'll talk to you guys on probably later tonight, actually. I'll talk to you guys later tonight.